You see, the first time I spoke about it, I said that it is better that nobody, or at least people from Beam Camp, shouldn't respond to her.
Okay.
Because if you respond to her, you are giving her a chance to come out with secret that you may not want it to come out. Because without the response, she will not give out any secret or anything that you think it shouldn't come out. She won't do that.
Okay.
Without any fight, she's not doing that. So obviously she will not do that without you triggering her.
Okay.
So the trigger is for her to say certain things that you may not want to hear, or you may not want to come to public. I said that then, and lo and behold, Alaye Bobo did the trigger.
But today I'm in the shoes of the artists. I want them to understand that, you see, this business world is a cruel world. And like
There's
Namwan
no Pope in business.
Namwan rightly said, business is not for the Pope.
Yeah.
So if you don't understand these things, you are privileged to have videos of this sort pop up for you to learn quickly. But also, so you go for these easy cut ways. Of course, they'll get to the numbers. They'll be able to sell your ticket for you. But remember, now after 2-3 years, don't take any label to court. Don't be like one artist that I know that's taking a bank to court and want to pull it out.
It's because he couldn't negotiate better. That's how I will put it. Because sometimes, if you know all of this thing that he's talking about, I think he can go into deals and win because he knows all of this. So whatever money that they will be giving him, he will be negotiating based on that.
Okay.
If you can't negotiate well, sorry for you.
You are losing.
Yes, they will use you. And you see, sometimes there are other factors as an individual that will, sometimes you even let it go. You know that, oh, these people, they are getting more than whatever, but I'm okay with what I'm getting. It is there. That one is there. And there's another feeling that no matter how you negotiated for, Sikana and Kasaba no when you break the echo behold. There are people also like that. Yes, even with the kind of job that you cry, you see that.
And this is what Shatta stands for. He has broken every obstacle that has been set against him. At a point, a radio station had to come out and tell you that we set up an artist against him. He broke through. At a point, this one comes to say this, he still broke through. At a point, even when his friends thought they've left him, he's going to come down. Some did live videos to prove he will come down. They were the one making Shatta. He is still where he is. And today he has a genre in his name called the African Dancehall King. If you don't want to celebrate him now, when do you want to celebrate him? Ayisha is doing. I believe she's doing the Lord's work. Because I think a lot of people have seen, I don't know why people are thinking, I want the downfall of Stonebwoy. But I've not seen Ayisha. She has decided to say what
people
she knows.
think you want the downfall of
Stonebwoy, I don't understand them. And they started tagging me, what you want, Long John, you've gotten it. What do I want? I want the growth of the industry. I've never sat down for once to think Stonebwoy news should pop up and it should be negative. What I say? If it does good, you will say it. If it is bad, you will say it. But quite unfortunately, he's been on the wrong side since last year, which is because he decided to point hand at another person wrongly. And that's even one of the major reasons why all these are happening. I don't believe if you would have even had conversations about an artist, painted the artist in that way, all these things would have come and would have been relevant. Because this is not the first time Ayisha is doing this. She's done it to Stonebwoy before, but by then, he wasn't that out with any artist like that. But now, it's very relevant because of what he did in previous years.
Okay.
Ejisu was trending. Why was it trending? Because of an interview he did.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
It is a Friday evening here on Sammy Flex TV. I know many have not seen me, and they have been asking throughout the week, where has Sammy Flex been? Sammy Flex is back on the seat, and it was because I was combining some things, family and sickness put together like that. So part of the week was for family and part was for sickness. Oh my goodness. But now we are back. We are fit. Thank God. Energy is restored. Thanks to our doctor, Clifford. Yeah, now we have a doctor. So whoever is sick, call Clifford and Clifford will sort you out. Clifford wrote something. Oh, Sammy buy this, buy that. Before I knew, no, I started sweating again. Yes. This is Sammy Flex. Yeah. This is, yesterday I was not Sammy Flex. I was something else. But we are good and we are back. Thanks once again for holding forth with us. Have you been able to see our movie? You guys were calling for the movie online. Finally, it is there. Broken Desire. Chemo and his people are still dealing with issues. But as our moves and things, I'm sure YouTube is shadow banning your movie because of
oh, for sure.
Because of Balthazar. I can see.
They have rated it 18 now. So
yes, so now it cannot go anywhere.
No, until you search for it, you don't find
yes,
it.
So please look for it. Broken Desire. Our movie has been uploaded on our YouTube channel, Sammy Flex TV, because of Balthazar. Not Muntimi and Shet, not the Obekanamonka. Professor, I'm here to hear your review. Professor,
okay, so I people were also complaining about the sound at some point.
Okay.
When they were talking, the sound was still under it. It's not from our original movie. It's because of the YouTube platform. Okay. They should take it like that because we had some copyright issue. This is the best way that we could have resolved it.
Okay.
Is what they are seeing now. So for those who are complaining about that small part, that's the reason.
Oh, okay. So just so you know, it is not intentional. Yeah. Everything was perfectly done, and we still even intend to do some more. Let me also say thanks to Professor Ankonan Rebel. Yeah. Professor Ankonan Rebel over the weekend. I don't know, was it the weekend? No, I think it was the week rather. He said, Sammy Flex, I know you are preparing for funeral, so keep something small as part of your preparation.
Big ups to him.
Prof, thank God.
Big ups.
Prof, Prof says, any a small one.
Prof, Charlie. Prof, the Okan.
And he added that, tell Roland he is in line. I said, okay.
Big ups.
Shut down. Roland, that's not see. And then the ballet too say, tell Roland is in line. Said, no,
I can testify to that. Prof, or say there.
No, and then it will come a time that you least even suspect. That is one thing about Prof. You wake up now, and his message come out. Don't
know. It's a time difference.
So by the time you wake up, you have a message fresh from him. So once again, Prof, thank you so much. Now, I think we are wrapping up this week. I know this week has been full of issues here and there. And so there are some people who have been calling for opinions here and there. Even today, I hear Ayisha Modi wanted to do some Friday shutdown live. Let me ask Long John. Long John has not spoken on the issue. If you go on the comment section, many people ask, where is Long John? Where is Long John? Many people want to know your views about this. Ayisha Modi says, okay, no problem. Today is here. So I'll have time with him proper. We do one-on-one. So he tells us about all he knows. Because it looks like to Long John, Ayisha Modi is not wrong.
Ayisha Modi is also right.
To Long John, Ayisha Modi is always right. And it baffles me that Long John doesn't see anything wrong with Ayisha Modi. That is another thing.
But interestingly, so far, Ayisha Modi hasn't helped him. That one thing. I don't know.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
But Ayisha Modi
for his help.
He has helped you?
He has helped everybody.
All of you?
Everybody.
In what way?
In what way, say? If you want to know the way, don't worry, we have receipts.
As an industry player, she has helped us all.
As an industry player?
Yeah.
We've been in the industry
He
for
linked
some
you to
time.
Shatta Wale?
No,
Ayisha Modi even helped us to get Sammy Flex TV. The name's Sammy Flex TV.
You guys are getting one.
What we wanted to do, we didn't have it. Ayisha Modi told us,
people should call it
You guys can get
We even did the Sammy without the flex and say, hey, add the flex too.
Somebody, she has helped
Everybody.
in the
Except you.
You are the only person that.
Tomorrow we will take him down.
But Long John, what is your general overview of this Ayisha, Stonebwoy, ungrateful tag here and there? What do you have to say about it? Before we even talk about that later.
I have a lot to say.
I know, but not here. That one we mix differently.
A lot to say.
So you can talk about it.
But I believe when someone goes through a personal ordeal and they decide to voice out, I think it's their prerogative right to actually do so.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
So long as they don't step on toes, I don't see anything wrong. If only, provided whatever they are saying is right.
True.
I think at a point, your name was even in there and I sent you a video.
Yeah.
I asked you if it was true.
Yeah.
Affirmative. You agreed with it.
Yeah.
So long as your name is inside and you agree it was true, that narration was true. You know, you understand. Hey, you also cancel. You understand? So wait. So long as it's true, and she believes that's the only way she can actually be able to calm down her pain, I believe she should be allowed to. Whatever any other person thinks, if you had her in mind, you would have read out like when you saw everything. But if you kept quiet when they were attacking her and she had decided to respond, of course, it all started with an attack. So what we are seeing is just the reaction. And we've always sat here to say that when you give something to someone or when you attack someone, the way they respond is not based on you. How they decide to come, that will fulfill their soul. That's what they do. So what Ayisha is doing, I believe she's doing the Lord's work, because I think a lot of people have seen. I don't know why people are thinking I want the downfall of Stonebwoy, but I've not seen Ayisha. She has decided to say what
people
she knows.
think you want the downfall of
Stonebwoy. I don't understand them. And they started tagging me. What you want, Long John? You've gotten it. What do I want? I want the growth of the industry. I've never sat down for once to think Stonebwoy news should pop up and it should be negative. What I say? If it does good, you will say it. If it is bad, you will say it. But quite unfortunately, he's been on the wrong side since last year, which is because he decided to point at another person wrongly. And that's even one of the major reasons why all these are happening. I don't believe if you would have even had conversations about an artist, painted the artist in that way, all these things would have come and would have been relevant. Because this is not the first time Ayisha is doing this. She's done it to Stonebwoy before, but by then he wasn't that out with any artist like that. Okay. But now it's very relevant because of what he did in previous years.
Okay.
Ejusu was trending. Why was it trending? Because of an interview he did. It wouldn't have trended if he didn't do that interview. We would have seen it as normal.
Okay.
Now Ayisha is trending again, not because she has not done this before. She's done it to Stonebwoy before, but this time in a much harder grain because Stonebwoy did it to another artist, and almost all the names he called the other artists are being mentioned indirectly by a close confidant. Understand? So I believe whatever Ayisha is going through is what she's speaking, whether depression, oppression, or suppression. There's going to be a tension.
Okay.
And whoever feels it knows it. So if you know what you did and you did her right, I beg, you shouldn't worry. If you know she's lying, you shouldn't worry. But you will only be bothered if you know those are truth. If she has held any being fan before you apart, you can't say a word.
Chop the banku.
The banku is very necessary. If you have Schwarzenegger tried something like that, she has gotten a ticket. They put a receipt. So if you are coming and you know there's a receipt for you, think twice. You see, Sammy Flex is here sitting here saying she coined the name Sammy Flex.
Yeah.
Knowing very well there's no receipt, so he's feeling free. You follow Sammy Flex. You follow Sammy Flex and Chemo, and then you have a receipt with her. You put your mouth, then they drag your name. To me, my advice is, if one himself who demua and kasa. Now, if the oracle himself has been mentioned with his family members.
Who are you?
Like that. I like that. If the oracle.
Oh, I was in jail. Yes, because Stonebwoy and the family all collect. And it pains me because I believe, you see, Charlie, getting personal attacks, Charlie, is bad.
She promised some Friday live video. Has she done it?
She has not fulfilled that promise.
Okay.
And I'm suspecting her to be doing some 1 or 2 and come out and tell us. She had a couple of calls and people were telling her to stop. I beg you.
Chemo said it.
I beg you. Me, I'm that movie. I see it coming.
For her to announce it, obviously that's where it will end.
Exactly. Because if the whole of Friday, still, the light went off without your words, then please, don't come and give us excuses. It went off believing you are come to speak. If you are not coming to speak, don't come and you don't talk again. Don't come and tell us that you had calls from Manchaguna. You don't want that.
Tell you.
You told us we are coming to offer a light. Are you offering or you are honoring? And honor. About honor, swa. It's now baby.
I see.
Whatever you put out is enough.
I see. Yeah. Finally, let me ask you about Alaye's response to Ayisha Modi. Was it necessary from your own understanding?
Alaye's will respond to Ayisha.
Alaye Bobo.
Look, that response was totally unreasonable, irrational. And I would like to understand the state of mind he was in before he did that. You see, first of all, I am of the belief.
Na bibi bona no say we there, but I mean say no we.
Why not Alaye?
I'm the cement paper be.
Okay, say na bibi bona.
Esina no say poki.
Say we pa.
I'm always of the view that
Something suspected to be.
I'm always of the view that if God blesses you, if God blesses you and you are linked with certain high profile people, you should be careful the way you move, the way you speak. Because it's not just about you anymore. It's about those people you're around with. Alaye should understand that because of the Stonebwoy tag he's known for, even if Stonebwoy is not aware and he comes on live and says anything, whether per his opinion or from his own mindset, the average person will think Stonebwoy is aware.
Yeah. That's
and
true.
no matter what you say, the average person will not understand because they believe somebody like Alaye doesn't do this. So for him to come and do this, Stonebwoy should know.
Okay.
That is me. I like to see things from the basic Ghanaian. You understand? So if the person uses that as a bait to attack whoever is close to you, the person has a case. That is why me knowing the kind of people I work with, certain people I don't even engage them. After I saw Dipoti call me foolish under a comment, I leave you to your comment.
I see.
Yeah, call me a fool, Dipoti. I leave you to that comment. I no go drag with you because I know the people I work with. Probably you, if I reply you, I go feel reply you. No, because I no go feel reply you. But the people I they work with in T, the respect that they want, I don't want make anyhow person just can't talk about them and do so. I just left you, make you just go. I know the people I respond to. Understand? But aside that, if you know the people you roll with, certain conversation, you wouldn't put your mouth. You know you are closer to Stonebwoy. You know Ayisha was once part of you guys. Whether good or bad, Alaye shouldn't be the person to even speak. There's a PR for crying out loud. Vida Edin. Yes, Tilly has manhandled her. She has to be silenced. You see, and I don't know what happened in Germany. That they had to pass the baton to
Alaye.
A dancehall artist who was coming up and decided to go. Everything he said was completely wrong and misplaced. Everything, because if the woman has helped you before, whatever you see against her will be against you and your generation. That is life. Obi ni bottom one city. Now I bow da. And then I can follow proverb you say obi boa now how, right? Because someone at that point now we hear.
Yeah.
Don't forget say enyo no ne pen or the bema wo different room. Now we hear. And asade na nke we say ya de foforo. And na o jai asade ne de ma o. Enti eye one cedi mpo a how.
Yeah.
So if you want to do anything, at least remember that time when you needed something. Enti say young funny says Stonebwoy, let's put all the Stonebwoy conversation aside. You Alaye personally, you have a personal relationship with Ayisha. And the first thing you want to do is attack Ayisha on social media. And you didn't just attack Ayisha. You decided to put the whole highly respected, honorable Abba Sariki name inside. Because you think you are in Germany until be anti me in your shay. Abba Sariki, like where he was even touching, I was just concerned. I said, where did they carry all this matter go? Ayisha be home girl. If not for anything at all, she was once part of your camp. Yeah. You can't tell me if you want to reach Ayisha, you will not be able to reach Ayisha. Whatever you can tell Ayisha, there are ways you can tell Ayisha without coming on social media.
Yeah.
If you decide to come on social media to do this with Ayisha, and you've once called her godmother, you've once called her for needs, and she, not that she turned you down, she did it for you, and you are now calling her names, calling her a shower. Of course, she has every right to come out and respond. Nobody. No, opa mama kantam. Netia me na. That be what should netia me na so say. Me fancho. Let's be reasonable.
He called her a dealer. He said that he's a dealer. She's a dealer.
A dealer and also deals with frauds. Fraudsters.
What dealer? Car dealer?
The other one.
The other, yeah. Oh, can you
I just don't want to mention
it. I get it.
Yeah.
Hey,
like, he said a lot of things that were totally uncuffed. Like, very uncuffed. And this is to a lady that has helped you before. And you know how this online media and online, you know, in these foreign countries, the police services don't joke with online rant
information.
Even music self. Then they listen to lyrics, they investigate people. Then they listen to lyrics, okay, trace people that might investigate, see who they murder who. And you are saying things like this about someone in US. Do you think she's wrong to respond to you in that same way, or decide not to attack everybody around you just to make sure that whoever is helping you take off their hands from you? Because she can use that as an excuse. Insult her mother.
I see.
It's too much. And these are people in the same camp.
I get it.
So I believe I like it.
Chemo, come through. I think let's see if we can use this week in wrapping up some of the issues to wrap up the Shamodi Stonebwoy matters as well.
Yeah. You see, the first time I spoke about it, I said that it is better that nobody, or at least people from Beam camp, shouldn't respond to her.
Okay.
Because if you respond to her, you are giving her a chance to come out with secret that you may not want it to come out. Because without the response, she will not give out any secret or anything that you think it shouldn't come out. She won't do that.
Okay.
Without any fight, she's not doing that. So obviously she will not do that without you triggering her.
Okay.
So the trigger is for her to say certain things that you may not want to hear, or you may not want to come to public. I said that then, and lo and behold, Alaye Bobo did the trigger. In fact, after the trigger, she didn't respond right there and then. Well, she said something, but she said that if he doesn't stop, more will come. And according to her, she called Stonebwoy and the wife. I think the wife
Stonebwoy
rather.
called.
Yeah.
They called.
Yeah, she called Stonebwoy's wife. They called her. Okay. But she said after the conversation, Alaye Bobo didn't stop.
Yeah, he did another video.
So obviously, Alaye too may want certain things to come out, but he may not want to be the one saying it. So if he can trigger somebody to say it, why not? So I think that Stonebwoy, the Beam camp should also be careful about Alaye. If you are so loyal to the camp, then you should
respect
be
the brand.
Then you should listen to them. And unless maybe like they didn't really stop him. If that's the case, then Ayisha, she has the right to respond the way that she's responding.
Okay.
Yes, and so for me, I think the best thing is for the Beam camp to stop responding to Ayisha, and I can bet my last penny on it. If they stop, Ayisha will stop.
Uncle.
Uncle,
I want to say something.
Yesterday, I'm coming. Yesterday, I watched a video that Bonat shared on his page. about a certain lady. I think the lady is known to be a Stonebwoy fan. And the lady spoke some wisdom, the lady spoke some wisdom. I wish I would share the video with those who are watching us to also enjoy it.
Yeah.
Though she spoke for a lot, but the lady shared some wisdom about this whole issue. I think what the lady said should be the approach. She thinks that no, whatever be the case, Stonebwoy should let Alaye apologize to Ayisha Modi.
Exactly.
He said no matter what Ayisha Modi has done, Stonebwoy should never sit anywhere and make her look bad, because if not for anything, why Jenny be that? And just to appreciate her, now the feeling will be on fantrani baby. It's like
exactly.
what Rolanda say, if you feel offended, then we are sorry, that kind of thing. Then let matters end.
Yes.
I'll play that video for you.
Yeah, I'm with her. That's
oh no, she spoke.
For Ayisha Modi,
the lady spoke very well.
She's like, she's offended, but she's not ready to say anything without provocation.
Yes.
So if you do anything and according to her, that's the trigger, she will come out. So even if you unintentionally do something like that, you just have to come back and apologize, or just do something for even if she continues, people will say, okay, you just wanted to say it, that's why you are saying it.
Yes.
But if you apologize, if you try to stop it and she is not stopping, then she will look bad without you even responding to her. But if you are just going back and forth with her, I think, that one day it will happen. So I in agreement with the lady. Okay. They should just stop responding to her.
All right, so we'll come through and I'll let you guys watch the video.
Well, it's unfortunate that they've gotten to this level. I mean, there are some people that, aside the last time when somebody like Portfolio was talking about the fact that some people or some executives at the Beam camp were not happy with him, with his current position, campaigning for Kepaluta. And by the time came, I was laughing. Because you see, somebody like Ayisha Modi may not be an official management member, but you still cannot take out her contribution from the brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
You still cannot mention the brand's name, how far it has come, without mentioning her name.
Yeah.
She may not be in an official position, but you see, in every camp, there are people like that.
Yes.
They may not be in the forefront taking positions or taking lead or using their face to project certain conversations. But in the background, you'll be amazed the kind of contribution they play or the kind of pillar they are, even in holding the brand down.
Okay.
And such people, sometimes they become necessary evil.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are necessary evil.
You're right.
You can't do away with them because they are evil, because the evil they are doing helps you.
Yeah.
So you cannot chop them away like that. That's how sometimes they become. And I believe Ayisha Modi now has become one of those people.
Strong pillar.
That, yes, you are seeing her as evil now because you think she's doing something you don't like. But forget everything. Wow. And with the keyword. She is the mamaga of the Ghana's entertainment industry. Or not there officially. Forget Saliman. Ayisha Modi is the mamaga. You see, some of her ways and stuff and the way she does her things, so many people may not agree to it. But her positive contribution to
Cannot be taken.
you can't take it. I mean, today Zion Felix shared a throwback video of when it was even right after COVID, when she and Stonebwoy went to gift Ajikut a car.
Yeah.
And when I was watching the video, I was now like connecting it to the things that she's been saying recently and how the whole thing was done. And even Stonebwoy's words when he was doing the presentation and everything. And I was like, hey,
Sentence.
Chrome had your own.
Sentence.
I was saying about Tremo Biao. And you say pinche.
When you watch the video.
When you watch the video, no, when you watch the video,
you can't.
like when you listen to
Ayisha Modi, she has a lot to say.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. No. Her things there, they are legit. As a matter of fact.
And you see, as much as some of them may be exaggerated, that one we understand. But you still cannot go. That's why when she was pained, when she was pained for the past 3 years, unfortunately for her, she did not get anybody or anything to trigger her. Even if some people were triggering her, crying, she was in that element of, I don't want to talk.
Okay.
And see, the things that triggered her for her to flame up recently. Anyhow, long jump for that.
Oh, mommy. Yeah, oh, mommy.
No. It started before.
No! What started this whole discussion
Relax.
she started pushing the Kimpaluta agenda. And then being fans started attacking her for doing that. And you see, I have my opinion. I'm no longer with your boss for 3 years. Me pushing Kimpaluta.
You know why it's funny?
So if you decide to attack me,
and
you see, when the first response to them was, I beg you, be careful because I'm no longer with your camp. You people should be watchful of your words. That was the first warning.
You know why it is funny? You know why it is funny to me that Ayisha Modi, I'm not saying I don't feel her pain. I do. But it is funny to me that Ayisha Modi I know. It's funny that she will base on this to flame up. Because Ayisha Modi that we know
knows how fans behave.
Yes, and the Ayisha Modi that we know the kind of things Ayisha Modi has dealt with in this industry. Any of us who?
But me, I see it as she has always been trying to find a way to
stay
exactly.
But she was looking for a decoy.
For an opportunity. That's all.
That's true.
But then again, she has been talking about the Nana Romeo interview too.
No, it is part of it.
That's the
main thing. For how long? Like when was that?
3 years ago. 3 years ago.
Ayisha Modi had every right to come and respond during that time, but she didn't. This time, she see, this is the as at maybe as at that time. Now she was not in the mood to come and talk. She was in that mood of I don't want to say anything. But now she feels like okay, now is the time that I'm in the spirit to talk. So whatever. Only if Opa be chem nanti keke. Obeka chanso do nanti eni ebu nekutia. And she will use that to come at you. Ayisha Modi could have gone at Alaye Bobo and the fans that she's talking about. It's not as if Ayisha Modi doesn't know them. She knows them one by one. Only moment now. But you see, she did not go direct to the fans. She knows that going to Stonebwoy will hurt them. And already now, our Stonebwoy when you read that, so did that. Or penny did that. Into her, Obia baby, when did noble. It is just like when recently she started her things with Shatta Wale and Emi Fashila or something.
Yeah.
She insulted the both of Ekwesi. Abi she's saying Stonebwoy should call the people to order so that she will stop. The Shatta Wale called those people to order when she was insulting them. No. But you understand? She has her own pain with the brand Stonebwoy. It is understandable. But me, I wish, say, Stonebwoy, I don't know, at this point, the normal Stonebwoy we know probably may not own feel. But then, I wish the likes of Alaye Bobomo and the others that, or once a year, there are some people that, yes, we may see them as fans, but to them, they are not fans like that. They are closer to the brand. Those people will talk to them. But I know in Alaye Bobo's head, he is also thinking he is a necessary evil. You know why?
But she was referencing Zola DH Power.
Zola.
Was it Zola and also Beam for the Ayen?
Debbie Zola is one of the founding members of Beam Natives. Oh no, I know this thing. Zola.
People say be lie. You know
which one?
Go online. Zola talk that thing.
Yeah.
Go watch. They say he be lie. Who be Zola? Where Zola come?
But we know Zola.
You go tell me Zola.
Zola was part. Zola was
even part of the founding members
Always say why in Zola? Zola why?
Hey,
Who that?
and your young barrister more flag bearer which na flag the him on stage.
Always Zola. Who be that? Who be that?
Zola 1950 Accra ko Kaswa because of Beam Nation.
I for the video say who is it?
Social media. When she dropped that thing,
I
we comment on it. I was like, hey,
before. Now, Zola beam now. Zola at the point.
He didn't want to show his face.
No, Zola at the point was the Beam Nation.
He was the Beam Nation. He's the what are you talking?
Zola Beam.
Zola Beam.
Zola Beam.
When is Zola announcement 2-3 years ago?
2-3 years ago.
No, introduce me to Stonebwoy.
2-3 years ago.
Zola was part of a show-based deal. Zola was part of it.
His name is Zola Beam. Zola Beam. Anybody that knows Zola, has known Zola for the past 10 or 15 years, knows him as Zola Beam.
Yes.
And nothing more, nothing less.
He was a regular member of showbiz deal.
So me, my own is that Alaye Bobo, Sisi administration, Suni Trimune, or Kwama Stonebwoy. Because loyalty badge, they are born say tattoo.
Why?
They beat that. So with what he's also doing, in his mind, he has every right to fight. That's one I understand him also. Because on whether it is good or bad, we will sink with the ship. Normal. When some people wear that loyalty JC like that, there's nothing you can say or do that will make sense to them. Let's leave him. But my own is, I wish some people in authority would call them to order. Because at the end of the day, it is one person that suffers. And a Stonebwoy. And you see, whatever Ayisha Modi is doing and Stonebwoy here, oh boy. Ayisha Modi. Oh, you lie.
So Ayisha they lie.
No, I know what I'm saying.
About
Stonebwoy here.
So you want to say she lie? Ayisha is also Ayisha Modi.
Long John.
Oh, for you.
It is just one.
Long John.
It wouldn't
Flex
even be a phone call.
Listen.
It wouldn't be a phone
Long
call.
John.
It will even take a text message from Stonebwoy direct to Ayisha Modi. You see all these things. It will cease.
Yes.
Ayisha Modi.
Ayisha Modi.
Do you know why when she posted a screenshot of Dr. Louisa messaging her? When Dr. Louisa messaged her some few days ago, do you know why she blared that chat? That is the kind of respect she has for Stonebwoy and his wife. Forget all the antics on social media. It would just take a single text message or a phone call from Stonebwoy and Ayisha will cease.
Yeah, it's true.
But it has happened before.
Oftentimes, when people have issues with these artists, it is not as if them vex.
No,
you want them to get
respond
back.
Yes.
It
is that feel good attitude. Though.
Yeah.
It will only take. Ayisha Modi sat in front of Delay and they asked her, do you think you are ever going to have a problem with Stonebwoy? He said, "Me and mommy sir. Me yakra nyankupo betu ameka." These are Ayisha Modi's words.
But you say Alaye abonesa.
So you see what I'm talking about. And and the kind of fight Ayisha Modi has fought for the brand Stonebwoy. Anyway, Masa, in kontima krawaji. In kontima powaji on behalf of Stonebwoy. It's enya Alaye obone ebe ma Ayisha Modi BP. I raise it to 5 million.
Wow.
Oh, forget. Well, just one phone call.
Well, so like I said, over the week there, we know it has been pinching. Ayisha Modi against Team Stonebwoy, left, right, and center, and this is how we are wrapping it all up. We hope that it ends this week. We hope that all the sayings here and there, everything should come to an end this week, so we can start a new week with no Stonebwoy and Ayisha Modi. But then, if it continues, we will still be here to do the reviews. Yesterday, I received a message from one Nigerian who was really disturbed, like, why are Ghanaians and then now there's a lady called Ayisha Modi. Like, hey, they follow every little detail we put out. Trust me. And I want to believe that next week we will have different things to be talking about in its entirety. Now, let's move on to other stories. Chemo, I'm sure going to start this with you.
Yeah.
We've seen a video from UG, as in University of Ghana, a masterclass student studying Shatta Wale as a case study on brands and marketing.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I said, hey, Wow.
Brands.
Yet, brands and marketing. Yes.
Oh, yeah, you marketing it to check a brand.
Shatawale or brand?
Pacho was selling number.
Hey, Munya is our bank of Barcelona.
Oh, I know about you. Oh, I'm not them three.
And then the Morning Ghana even published a story around it and said Shatawale's brand mastery studied at the University of Ghana. I said, wow.
Yeah.
Some of these things, when you hear it, sometimes you might not even believe it. But even there is a video here showing that indeed they had Shatta on their projector, students were sitting down, and everything was ongoing.
Interestingly, I saw a Wikipedia update that they have put that in it.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So this one was quick. It's on Wikipedia.
It's on Wikipedia already?
Yeah, it has been updated with that information.
That's what's up.
It's an interesting one, and yes, in fact, this is what in academia, this is what this is what they look out for.
Okay.
In fact, for you to get proper education, so that when you come out of university, you can function, because you have practical examples. You have, you know what works because somebody is practicing it. This is some of the things that they take serious, and there's no better example than using Shatta for such things.
Okay.
You see, because Shatta is different, so they will learn the normal way of handling brands, doing your marketing and whatever. But Shatta thing is not conventional. It's not something that you normally see. So there will be somebody who will be willing to study how Shatta does his things. Based on that, then they can develop a strategy for even a company to use it. Or a certain individual will learn Shatta ways and also come up with something else. In fact, sometimes it can develop to something that they call theories. So somebody can come up with a theory about something that, even no matter where you prove it, no matter the research that you do, experiment that you do, it will still come back to confirm the theory. At that point, it will be, people will refer to it anytime that you are talking about marketing or talking about brands. And I think Shatta has done a lot of interesting things that I'm not surprised that researchers or people in academia want to study him.
Okay.
And that is what, in fact, as individuals in this world, these are some of the things that we wish it will get to, where people will say that you have done something right and we want to study the things that you are doing and know how we can apply it in other areas.
Okay.
Yes. So it is not, they will not only talk about it in music sense.
Okay.
They will try to even implement it in other areas.
Okay.
If we take it out of entertainment, can you do same in politics, for example?
And
because you have political marketing also there.
Yeah.
Can you do this in politics and survive? How are you going to apply Shatta strategy to win political position or seat or whatever? So these are some of the things that will go on, and I think it's an interesting thing. And for any individual who has done something for a group of people or people in academia to say that let's study this guy, it's an achievement. I think, kudos to Shatta and again, I think the University of Ghana, they're doing the right thing. In fact, university studies should be as practical as possible, and some of these things will tell us that this is how we want to see it, not the other things that they will come out and we have to direct them how to even do a research.
Then well, Ro, how does this also come to you?
Well, I would say congratulations to the brand Shatta, not the person Shatta, the brand Shatta, because for whatever it is, regardless of some people's perception about what a brand is, he's still been able to build it from wherever he started from to a level that some people in academia, of which some people will even have the perception, would still see the need, say, okay, this is something that we need to bring it to our space, dissect it, and even study it to the extent that if we can even apply it to our daily lives. You see, I agree with Chemo. I believe education in its entirety should be as practical as possible. You see, gone were the days when people will leave university or the tertiary education, come into the field, and you see them empty-headed.
Nothing.
Hey! And it is as if said you share with school, no? And then you are and you left. Like total difference. And you sometimes you ask yourselves, okay, of course, school in a year now one corner year because looks like now market, marketing. On what goes you marketing? I said to Yamuska. So no be jina say na kantamanto. Na dream I say nye but then you still cannot chop that side of education to away because you need that one to master what is being done in the market. And say you come in bomwa. That is when we will be able to have people who can think. And no any binya amount for betting, which is why even recently, like in modern day, when some people even want to use what we will call influencers and some social media celebrities, when people sit somewhere and begin to trash talk them, because I said you are still lost or you are still in those era where you don't even know what is going on. Say if now, even the American system that at a point was trying to juggle between AI and how to apply it in their movie industry has now come to accept, say, okay, yes, to even use your mind to direct the artificial intelligence system for you to create exactly what you want self is no joke. And therefore, they would want to apply it. I had the make sure say you started. But then, you understand. So if today people in academia are saying that, okay, we've seen the brand Shatta Wale. Yes, we know what you guys are saying about him, whether positive or negative. But we believe that he will still not be here if he did not do something right. And it is that something right that he did that we want to dissect and know if we can apply. And if not for anything at all, one has been able, like Obietimi apply me, even without going into that side of academia to say, I want to study Shatta Wale before I will be able to apply it. And a typical example is A+. That he came out publicly to confess that yes, the application of some of Shatta Wale's strategies is what helped him in gaining the seat. Me, I've always said, say, open motivational message. Motivational message is here 2025, 2026, 27, kind call, 30, I mean, see, kind call. Eye bakope, eye Shatta Wale. It is the life of Shatta Wale. Because you see the good, it is there. The bad, it is there. The ugly, it is there. Principalities, it is there. And you will get all forms because he has tasted the different dimensions of life, from success to failure to underground to even donko. So if you want that form of motivation, just look at his lifestyle, dissect it, and know what you want and just pick it and go. Okay. And I would say congratulations to him, and I wish some of his colleagues will also study. It will not take anything away from you. It will not make you less of a human. It will not diminish your brand for you to say that, okay, this person is doing something right that I want to apply. Okay. To him, he saw the life of Vybz Kartel. Whatever the man was doing, he said, I want to apply some of the positive things he's doing. And anytime he tells a story, he also references Vybz Kartel as one of his sources. So if you are doing something right and you want to add up, it will not take anything away from you for you to say, oh, you see this my success. Yes, applying some of Shatta Wale's A, B, C, D is part of my success. A+ always. Because I said, yeah, this is in the finish. Yeah. You see, I could mean yata by Christ at the trap man for that part. It is there. So please, I would say congratulations to him again, and also to the people. And I hope, say, enjoy entertainment. So you are born and you enjoy. but it will be something that they will be able to get the real message. Nienti edi Shatta Wale ne nyom ne ne carry ane hwan beto wo se yensua no. They will be able to get it and not what the supposed perception that some people have about him outside. But they will be able to know what is important about the brand Shatta Wale. Study it and go.
Okay, Long John, let me come back to you.
I like Olan's submission.
Yeah. I know, right?
You see, when you are always blessed if you sit in the midst of very sensible and learned conduct. You learn a lot.
It is true. No, it is true. There are some places when they sit and people are speaking jargon. Hey, German for conquest now too. I don't joke and I'm crying because I'm going to be over.
It's not Chemo Rolanda. It's a different level. You understand?
It makes you think.
Yeah, you don't want to slack on your submission because
I
know articulate about their point. I would like to center my discussion on education as a formal tool in Ghana. You know, one thing our parents have grow us with is Oko school, you have to go to school. If you don't attain that formal education there, you can't achieve anything better for yourself. And I believe they are not wrong, but then also they are not always right with that conversation. Now, when we look at who is studying who here, this is someone paying for masters, studying someone that literally believed
doesn't have a degree.
Believed his life can be made on the streets. You understand? Yeah. This is the angle I'm picking it from.
Okay.
You see, I know everybody watching, including those watching, have been students before. Or if you are reading your books or your textbook or your handout and you read about these legends who you've never seen before, you hear of their exploits. And yeah, it was saying, do you really move with the story? Do you really vibe with the story? You understand? Imagine being given the opportunity to actually learn something of someone who is still living, where you have the basic information all around you. If there's a need for, you can even meet his team and go and meet him to get direct information. This is the kind of education we should be propagating.
Okay.
We have people that have lived life that can change the perception and the mindset of our formal education and whatever we study in class.
Okay.
But then again, we want to always decide to put the discussion or center the discussion on people that are dead and gone. That even many of them during their era, a lot of their things are not even our system now.
Yeah.
May not be relevant.
Or may not be relevant now. Because look, this Shatta Wale discussion this master student did is the best pitch for them. And trust me, if you are able to complete this class and you graduate and you become a failure, now we feel far before me. Miniskirt be on the shelf. No, be serious. This is it's serious. Let me be very honest. You see, Shatta Wale is someone that came through a process that everybody was against him. I mean, the entire system set up.
Yeah.
And the funny part is, we are currently in a day where one of his people or one of his ops even did a video to show how they had to pay people to destroy him, to destroy his works. Now, if you are a marketer or you want to build a brand, and you have someone like Saliman sit on TV and tell you, now brand Ben and Shatta Wale, and you sit down and watch people pay over 50,000, 30,000, 20,000 fees, and are studying Shatta Wale as a brand, then you ask yourself, again, Ghanaian media space, which kind of people do you allow to communicate or educate the viewers on sensitive issues that can help build this country? Because this Shatta Wale you have always been criticizing. Yeah. He has no brand.
Yeah.
Why? Because in your mind, an artist should have a particular photo shoot And artists should have
When
a
suits
particular
and tie.
appearance.
When
The
suits
haircut
and
should
tie.
be on this level. Look,
Should not come on live to say what he wants to say.
should not come on live. You know, you shouldn't be using the F word. You shouldn't. And the brand God has given to them. You follow the narration of people, you will always be a second field in whatever you are playing. For instance, because people say a brand shouldn't be like this, so you are going to fake who you are just because you also want to be a brand. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Branding.
Yeah.
But today, because of Shatta Wale's originality, he is now part of the key philosophers of a marketing class that they need to study about him. Wanko uni. Yet we have people who are reading their masters. We are yet to hear of people discussing them in class. This is the level of, I believe myself so well that I know I am too good. Look at the number of years he had to go through with resilience. The boundaries he had to break. Imagine someone that was called names like a local champion. And today, even if you want to talk about local champion, the last person you think of is Shatta Wale. So you can understand the perfect person the marketing class decided to discuss was Shatta Wale. And it is all in the right sense because whatever negative thing that was ascribed to him when he was coming up, he was able to break through, set a niche for himself. And for the first time in Ghanaian music industry, he has been able to prove that you can be able to talk your mind and still eat in this industry. Gone were the days, if you are an artist, you decide to speak against a radio presenter, you decide to speak against someone shitting on your craft. I think recently we saw on the same station Salima was on. An artist trying to beat her up. It is all because it is all because of one man standing up for the industry. And if you have such a figure and you decide not to study about him, I don't know who you want to study. Because everyone you want to study are trying to be a carbon copy of the ones that they are already gone in the system. Whatever any other artist is doing, it's totally different from what Shatta Wale is doing. And you see Shatta Wale's style, it is not the regular style, but it always brings him wins. That is, and look, they will not study you in school if you are not winning in life.
No.
No matter who you are. So you are not winning at what you are doing now. Yes, study you. Even a criminal.
No, really. Yeah.
A criminal will be studied because he was able to succeed in his crime. And that will be used as an example. A case study.
Technical.
You understand what I'm trying to say? And this is what Shatta Wale stands for. He has broken every obstacle that has been set against him. At a point, a radio station had to come out and tell you that we set up an artist against him. He broke through. At a point, this one comes to say this, he still broke through. At a point, even when his friends thought they've left him, he's going to come down. Some did live videos to prove he will come down. They were the one making Shatta Wale. He's still where he is. And today he has a genre in his name called the African Dancehall King. If you don't want to celebrate him now, when do you want to celebrate him? And I think this should also go a long way to the Ga community. This is the first time you've had big businessmen. You've had big politicians, but none of them has been used as case study in class. You should look at Shatta Wale.
I'm sure very soon they'll be studying Richard Niamakwe.
Thank you very much. This is how life.
Doctor to doctor Richard Niamakwe.
What has he? So what I believe in is the Ga community should look at a way of honoring Shatta Wale whilst he's alive. Because this is one of one.
Yeah.
That has happened to us.
I agree.
And we should be proud he is part of us.
I
and
agree.
he's with us.
I agree. Yeah. Now let's close the show with this briefly, maybe some one or two commentaries about this, then we can all run away from here. It's about and what some people call the cheat codes. And this is a story we found on George Britain's timeline, where an artist called John Billion exposes Live Nation and corruption of music industry. We'll just go watch this video briefly, and when we come back, we'll sure be wrapping up on what artists sometimes they go through in the hands of these labels and management firms and all that. Still, they still come out and shine. Let's watch this. I'll be back.
You got to spend this much on catering and it comes out of my pocket?
Yeah.
But then I have to pay in advance back? And by the way, the advance that you have to give me is only on hard ticket sales. So the concept's called peanuts, parking, and alcohol. So when I sell out 10,000 people at Jones Beach, the person who buys a $20 hot dog, I don't see a dime of that. The person who buys $40 for parking, I don't see a dime of that. And the person who buys a $20 vodka and Red Bull, I don't see a dime of that. And then you advance me $1 million and tell me I'm rich to then find out that you're making $4 million a night. And it takes me 36 shows to pay back the $1 million you advanced me. And then it hit me, oh my gosh, they own all the venues. It's a monopoly. So then now they just want my body in this room so they can sell food and alcohol and whatever. So then they're going to make tons of money. And then they got me like schlepping around the United States talking about, I want to be famous. I was having panic attacks. I was like, wait a second. Joe Schmo pays $20 for a hot dog and I don't see that. And if I'm only making my advance back on hard ticket sales, that means I have to sell out every single venue in order to not go in the red. Because I'm only paying my advance back on hard ticket sales. And by the way, they reserve the right in the contract to put the tickets on sale. So when it's $100 a ticket and they do their summer blowout sale, the tickets are only $10. So instead of me paying back $90 a ticket, right before I go on tour, they drop a John Bellion sale and the tickets are only $10. But then you have to pay back the $1 million they gave you off of $10 a ticket rather than the $90 they told you they were going to sell the tickets for. Because now you're doing arenas. And they're like, they got you coming 12 times a Tuesday.
Well, so that was a snippet of a video. I'm sure this is also going to be another conversation that musicians are going to pay attention to after this particular expose or revelation. Because most of these record labels will give you money, advanced money, and they will tell you, okay, whatever you'll be doing, they will be taking their money out of it. But the gentleman is saying, when they are taking their money out of it, they don't take everything. No. They only give you one area that you have to pay attention to in paying back your money. Meanwhile, they're making other benefits on the side that they can add to your money, and it will maybe help you to pay quickly. But I know they encounter it will be about ticket. The gentleman feels these things. And what time you delay say and I don't know what you guys are saying about it. We are closing. Long John, let's cut like this and close.
You see, I think these were some of the deals that Michael Jackson and the likes that started getting awakening in them. Realizing that they started calling the Sony devil and all those. So yes. You see, one thing is, usually when you are, today we were discussing something earlier in there, and I said something. When you are coming up or when you need that fame like that, you really don't pay attention to a lot of things.
Yeah.
There are two things you want. A platform that give you a direction to blow, like a clear caveat for you to blow, and then two, money. You want just a money to take care of your family, so they don't see you as someone who's doing music and broke.
Okay.
So those are the things that pushes artists to sign any deal. They really do not care about the details. And most times too, you see, artists do not look deeper into the conversation of what they want. You see, this is even talking about events.
Okay.
But I think the broader conversation should even be on labels.
Okay.
Because events impon you. A label will give you first consignment, payment. That has been borrowed. They borrowed you money.
Yes.
They are going to deduct from all your streaming portals. Every show you play. Every advert you make in person. And if there are TV or radio commercials or interviews that you are supposed to be, and there's payment, they have their taking. Imagine the number of percentage, if it is especially, they are having a higher percentage over you.
Obviously, they have.
They are going to, then you are not paying the money they've loaned you. You are, because you are paying it for the next number of years you've signed for.
Yes.
And imagine, every month, you have to tell. And it's not chicken change, but because you needed that pinch they gave to you. So usually artists do not, it is just now that I'm feeling a lot of awakening is happening, not only in the music side, I think in all spheres of life.
Okay.
Religiously, in all spheres, sports, everywhere. People are now getting deeper understanding into certain things because gone were the days you drop $1 million, an artist wants to come. But today, someone like Shatta Wale, you can't drop $1 million and think you sign for your label. He knows better. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying. So these are the details that I believe you are not supposed to be schooled on it. As an artist, since you know this is your craft, you want to eat off it, you should have time to learn the business rudiment of it. If not, because I can't say your core details, you ever come more into law. When we delve into law, you also have to delve into the artistry part of it. Okay. Because you as an artist too, you should understand that when you sign those deals, you are no longer a person, but you are, what to say, an object. You are like an object. We need you for this show. We need you for this show. You need no excuse. Because if you are not able to pull up on that show, there's going to be a penalty. Yeah. You pay. Yeah. So even if you are dying, that is where they prepare the tours for you. Third day, oh, you are not seeing your family because you have to pay the loans they've given you loan. Yeah. You have to pay for it. And it's not as if the loan they've given to you is just from the ticket sales. But they will not make you understand that everything they sell, if they are going to sell popcorn, they are going to sell stand, they are the one making that money. That money is not coming to you. But they've told you that ticket sales, they are going to sell splits. They are splits. They're 60. This is. But it's not just tickets that are taken there. People are going to traders are there. Media people. Some people are going to partners that are going to come. Headline sponsors, sponsorship. All these deals are in there. But you've been given just 500,000, just $1 million. Who will be the auntie? I take money, I go tour. 16 countries, and they can't tour. But the company is going to make over 50 million from you at the end of the whole tour. But you out of 1 million, told you say we make it. And this is some of the things our artists.
Some people argue that it is business, and every business has profits at the end of the day. So if they are doing business because you couldn't do it and they are doing it for you, they also have to make their profits. How about that point?
They are not lying. But today I'm in the shoes of the artists. I want them to understand that, you see, this business world is a cruel world. And like
there's no Pope in business.
Namwan rightly said, business is not for the Pope.
Yeah.
So if you don't understand these things, you are privileged to have videos of this sort pop up for you to learn quickly. But also, so you go for these easy cut ways. Of course, they'll get you the numbers. They'll be able to sell your ticket for you. But remember, now after 2-3 years, don't take any label to court. Don't be like one artist that I know that's taking a bank to court and want to pull it out. Because I make sure say you're solid.
Goodness.
Case. Now and could do contract say. Of course, they are business entities. They are there to make profit. So they don't really care about you.
Okay.
So you should have that in mind. Say, me sign. The moment you put that pen to paper, your object, you are not an artist again.
Okay.
Anytime they need you, they call you.
All right.
You sign the contract, and if you try to misbehave, the contract never chill.
All right.
That's basically it.
Jabo, you are closing.
Yeah. It's an interesting conversation, but you see, it's part of every business that you can think of. Okay. So I'm surprised that he is surprised. It's so obvious. So you think that they will give you whatever money, invest in your show. If the people will not turn up, or if for some reason they don't get anybody, they will come back and say that the 1 million that we gave you, please bring it back. It won't happen. So they are doing investment. And if they are doing investment, they will take whatever opportunity available to make their money back.
To recoup,
Yes, not just their money, but to make profits. So what the guy was saying is because he couldn't negotiate better. That's how I will put it. Because sometimes if you know all of this and that he's talking about, I think he can go into deals and win because he knows all of this. So whatever money that they will be giving him, he will be negotiating based on that.
Okay.
If you can't negotiate well, sorry for you.
You are losing.
You be use Yes, they will use you. And you see, sometimes there are other factors as an individual that will sometimes you even let it go. You know that these people they are getting more than whatever, but I'm okay with what I'm getting. It is there. That one is there. And there's another feeling that no matter how you negotiated for, Sikana and Kasaba no any breed there could be. There are people also like that. Yes, even with the kind of job that you cry, you see that only in a negotiation or what you say. Sikana about if I'm a minty man.
I know, right?
Sikana my
agree
percentage will be any do be now. Sikana na base womb. As I can like just after the money coming, after they are doing an assistant. So for all you know, it is like that. At the time that he was getting the money, sometimes they even laugh at those making the investment, doing the investment. They hey, because it's baby or their mommy. I show no crowd, I want to mean Teneka. But unfortunately for that person, or you show what Teneka for so baby. After the next then you go out and then complain. So for me, I think it's business. What is important about what he's saying and what is good about the way that he's talking is that people can learn from it. So when you are going to negotiate,
you negotiate around all
these things. Yes, before you put out any figure or when they give you any offer, then consider all these things before you say whatever. But as for them complaining about cheating and whatever, it will not stop because in business, people can negotiate better. So if you are the losing end, at the end of the day, you go and cry that someone is cheating you. So for me, I think it's a good lesson. It's a good information for anybody doing music business.
Okay.
But for me, I don't see it as wickedness or whatever. It's about business, and if you are not careful, people will use you, take the money, and you will not gain anything, but you will be the one working.
Well, Chamo will tell you the technicalities in the Zoom Lion deal. Technicalities in the Zoom Lion deal. That's another conversation for another day. Yes, Ro, come through. Let's close.
Well, the only positive thing about what he's saying is the fact that it is a learning material. That's all. But if we want to go into the details of what he's saying, the truth of the matter is nobody cares. That's the hard truth. Nobody cares. I always tell people that when it comes to business, you don't get what you deserve.
Yeah.
You get what you negotiate for.
Entrepreneurs are talking.
You don't get what you deserve.
Yeah.
Because you deserve business. Because you feel so deserve it times 2.
Yes.
Also timid and also because deserve it times 3. We will not. We only get what we negotiate for. And sometimes you may win, sometimes you may lose. Even with what we do, and especially as creatives, because we don't have a strict measuring instrument or tools for it. Sometimes we are the ones who determine the value. Sometimes you may even be price. Now I will say, as a price in my wonderful power, minimum can raise here. But sometimes too, you mention a price and you go like, you ask us out to me, I say, where do you minimum can be so it happens. That is business. You may lose, you may win. And you see, the funny thing is that you want them to do what? You want them to consider you. When the show flops, and I know be show cancel here. Or say the organizer cancel the show. But or yeah for front a co ye in the or show of the show. Business is about risk. The higher the risk, the higher the reward. And the higher the loss too. You see, at that point, when the person gave you an upfront, that was a higher risk. The person took a higher risk than you.
Yeah.
Yes, it is your brand. Who not do Kobo show? But you see, before Amubebo show, you did not consider whether the show was going to be a success or a failure. And that is a risk that the person took.
You can even get sick. You know
Exactly.
play the show, but you can't.
Force majeure. Nobody has control by it.
Yeah.
You understand? That was a higher risk the person took. So if the person is reaping on a higher note, technically, in Chemo's words, you can't complain.
You have $80,000 and a cool see it.
Example when the Chemo, Bogram as well artisan. But that's a legit point too.
And that's I'm aware.
Library artists around.
Later you talk about that one. But
you see that
so when something like that happens, the investors are at a loss.
At a loss. And that is the risk they took.
Yeah.
Okay. So if the ultimate take a risk, not reward name, but of course,
you are crying,
the person that took the higher risk deserves to chop the higher chunk of the profit. If you also by chance you are able to negotiate right in your side
capacity
to enter into the person's profit, why not? It is to your advantage. It is to your advantage. Because sometimes we just give you
musicians
free money. Free money. Who's free money? Free money.
Yeah.
But if I were to be at that end, it would have been a loss to you.
Yeah.
You understand? So it is business.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The most important thing from this conversation is the fact that it is a learning material.
Okay.
Yes, it just simply tells everybody to be on guard and know how to negotiate and be very open-minded when you go into these conversations, because it is a win or lose affair. It is just life. That is life. Okay. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose some.
You win some, you lose some, and that is how we are ending today's edition of Showbiz Daily. I know it has been a great week, though I have been absent for most of the days, but we are back. More energy, more strength for us to do what we love doing best. Long John was here today. Chemo and Tim Dodi Solomon was also here, as well as Roland Amate. Team of producers active. Theophilus Degosh, there's that, Santuga, making sure you guys get the best of pieces that we give to you here on Sammy Flex TV. Remember, you are also entitled to your opinion. Share with us, you'll be reading. But make sure you don't attack anybody, because sometimes some of your words can kill someone.
Mama
Clifford was talking about a comment he read. that gave me migraine for a whole day. You guys should take your time. We do it, and we do it for the love. We see you again some other time. Subscribe to us, and let's do some more. We're out of here. Bye-bye.